Everything possible is being used to try and find the missing submersible. These are the first images of the complicated international hunt unfolding in the Atlantic Ocean, more than 400 miles from the coast. It's now entered its most critical day. The sub, which is the size of a minivan, needs to be found before oxygen runs out for the men on board. But there is some hope. More noises have been heard. At that depth, radio and radar signals won't work, so the rescue operation has been dropping sonobuoys in the water. They either use passive detection, that's listening for sounds produced by propellers and machinery, which could also include the crew making noise, or what's called active detection by bouncing a sonar ping off the surface of the vessel and listening for a returning echo.
After days of accelerating violence, a new sign of escalation. Israel said it used a drone to strike a car carrying Palestinian fighters near the city of Jenin, the result of a joint military and intelligence operation. It said the men had earlier shot at a checkpoint and were responsible for other recent attacks. It's the first acknowledged targeted assassination by Israel in the occupied West Bank in nearly 20 years. It had already been another violent day. Palestinians living in the village of Turmusaya described several groups of armed settlers, each group dozens strong, launching a coordinated attack deep into the heart of their community just before 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Ukraine's allies, one by one, have pledged several $billions in non-military aid during the first day of a two-day recovery conference in London. Delegates from more than 60 countries are attending the event, which is both a fundraising forum and a message to Russia that Ukraine's Western supporters are in it for the long haul. The EU's Commission President pledged one of the largest amounts of the day, €50 billion, to help Ukraine rebuild.
Tonight, anguish and anger in Honduras after government officials say a gang slaughtered at least 46 women inside a prison. Smoke billowing from the women's prison just outside of the nation's capital, where officials say members of the Barrio 18 gang opened fire on women in their cells before lighting the prison on fire. This is the charred wreckage, one of the worst prison massacres in recent history. Police say they recovered 18 pistols, an assault rifle, and 2 grenades, all of which were smuggled in. Officials from Honduras' prison system say the gang removed guards from the prison gates before beginning their deadly assault, though none of the guards have reported injuries.
Tonight, a huge explosion devastating an upmarket area right in the heart of Paris. The blast blowing apart a building housing a prestigious American fashion academy in the Latin Quarter. A fire breaking out, sending a cloud of black smoke high above the Paris skyline, visible for miles around. Some 270 firefighters descending on the scene. Authorities will investigate the cause. For now, the suspicion is a gas leak. Emergency crews taking the injured away. Around 40 people badly hurt, 4 of them in a life-threatening condition, according to France's Interior Minister.
2 people have been confirmed dead, while dozens are believed to be missing from a migrant boat bound for Spain's Canary Islands, which sank off the coast of Morocco on Wednesday. Spain's Maritime Rescue Service says 24 migrants were rescued by a Moroccan patrol boat. However, according to Spanish NGO Walking Borders, cited in a Reuters report, more than 30 migrants are feared dead, as they say the dinghy was originally carrying 60 occupants.